All right, and for our weather forecast, our big thing is certainly the cold moving in on Monday morning, but actually even tomorrow will be a good bit chillier than what we saw today when we hit 77 degrees for the high, and then we're plummeting it into the 20s and 30s for Monday morning. So just a big heads up again, Monday morning we'll have a weather impact alert day for people, pets, and plants that need to be protected from the cold in the morning. And then if you're north of the lake, this is the first time this year you've really had to worry about any sort of pipe bursting cold. But you're going to hit your lows in the mid-20s, and you could be there for several hours Sunday night into Monday morning. So you want to think about protecting those exposed outdoor pipes, as well as plants, pets, and people. Tonight it's so nice, our temperature in the 60s or north of the lake, dipping now into the upper 50s. Much colder weather is off to the north of us. This colder air is getting its push far south into the Gulf Coast during the day tomorrow, and then really will be settling in tomorrow night and into Monday. So here is the leading edge of that cooler air, and a few showers with it in North Louisiana into Mississippi and Alabama. And as I was showing you before, the front presses closer. 1 a.m. we might have a couple of showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder way out to the northwest of us. But you can see the showers kind of break up as they arrive here. So 4 a.m., a little bit of rain possible. Even 7 and 8 a.m. early tomorrow, we'll have clouds. It'll be chilly in the 50s. It'll be windy. And we'll also start to see maybe a couple of showers, but ending pretty fast around 8 to 9 a.m. I think. And then by the afternoon, we've got the sun starting to peek out. Still a breezy, windy kind of feel tomorrow, with temperatures tonight north and south mostly in the 50s. But tomorrow during the day, we will be staying in the 50s as well, with falling temperatures. And as those temperatures fall, our winds are going to be increasing, ushering in that cooler air. So you can see your wind forecast. Sustained winds are in the blue number, so we'll have winds up to about 20 miles per hour during the day tomorrow, gusting maybe up to 30 or even close to 35 miles per hour, and then calming down a little for tomorrow night and early Monday, but it'll still be breezy enough to make it feel very cold Monday morning. Tomorrow 57 for the high, but it's not in the afternoon. That's at the start of the day, which is a bit unusual, but does happen when we get these strong Arctic fronts moving in during the winter. Here in South Louisiana, we hit our high in the morning, and then we see temperatures really drop off through the day, kind of slowly. We'll be in the 50s for most of the day, eventually seeing sun, which will help, but also, again, keeping that north wind up to 20 miles per hour or so. So let's jump into what kind of temperatures we're talking about Monday. It's now looking like mid-20s north of the lake, and generally along and south of Lake Pontchartrain doesn't look too bad, but freezing, light freeze conditions across our South Shore areas, and even these 29s that you see away from the city, that's still a light freeze. But when you get more toward 27 below, especially around 25, 24, that's where you're entering that hard freeze criteria, where it could possibly cause some issues for pipes. So north of the lake, here's what to think about on Monday morning. Protect people, pets, and plants, of course, and then also think about those exposed outdoor pipes. Make sure they're protected. And south of the lake, protect people, pets, and plants. Don't have to worry about your pipes with this particular front south of Lake Pontchartrain. You might touch freezing or even get into briefly a little lower than the freezing mark, but it's not going to be pipe bursting weather south of the lake, it looks like. So on Monday morning, that's our coldest start. I wanted to also mention that with enough of a north wind still Monday morning, maybe 10 or 15 miles per hour, feels like temperatures or wind chills are going to be around 20 degrees. Even south of the lake, we're going to get that windy, cold feel. So if you do have to be outdoors for any length of time Monday morning, certainly bundle up. Be prepared for feels like temperatures north of the lake, maybe even brushing the upper teens. So Tuesday, still a light freeze on the North Shore for the morning, but no freezing conditions south of the lake any longer. We warm up Tuesday to about 60, and then look at those 70s sneaking back into the forecast later in the week. Slight chance of rain Thursday with another weak cold front.